Hi again, everybody. I have a message here from Sunflower, and here's her story. Hey, Ollie, I was watching your videos tonight. I just finished moving and cannot afford to donate now. I'm not asking for your help. Your channel is more than enough. Due to the abuse from my parents, there are a lot of issues. I am now having to face as an adult. As a child, and now I am not good at physical affection, although getting better, which they had initially convinced me was my fault and due to some psychological flaw that I needed therapy for. My parents showed me little physical attention as a child and also used withholding it to punish and spite me. Even showing the golden child with even shower even showering the golden child with extra affection to further promote the emotional abuse. Due to them physically abusing me as a child, I did not know how to respond to affectionate physical touch and was usually made uncomfortable by it, even when it was from friends, which made me deeply sad. I was afraid to even hug relatives. My mother would try to guilt trip me, saying things like, "You never hug me when I try to give you a hug, and every time I show you affection, you just stand there." She would tell her friends that she did not understand why I was such a problem child. She would tell therapists that she made me go to that she didn't understand why I was so abnormal. What she did not tell them What she did not tell them is that she and my father were hitting me, along with emotionally and mentally abusing me, complete with mind games that I could not understand as a child. As an adult, I now realize that was the key she left out of all her fabrications, that she and my father were beating and abusing me. Now I know that none of it was my fault, unlike what my mother had me believe. For most of my life, my mother had me convinced I was a monster child and that she was the victim of my sourceless anger that she just didn't understand how to deal with and didn't know why life had given her such a difficult child. My mother told me I started hitting her when I was 3 years old as an excuse for the beating she would give me as a teenager when she lost her temper. I knew it wasn't natural for young children to hit their parents for no reason, which further fueled my belief that I was a monster child, like my mother had told me so many times. I was also too young to realize there is a significant difference between a baby hitting an adult not only hitting, but beating a child. I realized one day when I saw a mother slap her 2-year-old daughter for only doing something that annoyed her, that I'm sure my mother had to have hit me even before my earliest memories of being abused, which had explained where I learned the behavior from at age 3. This revealed to me another thing about my narc mother, that she was willing to use my ignorance against me, blaming me of the source of her hitting me when she knew she had been hitting me long before. My mother often asked me how much I could remember from my childhood and say that she loved to hear about it, not because she cared, of course. She also put me on medication that made me forget much of my earlier childhood. Some of the memories are so traumatic they are still coming to me in photographic pieces. As someone in another one of your videos so perfectly said, I am now visiting things in my past like it's the first time. I feel as if I'm watching a movie in a foreign language and is translated to me by my mother the whole time. And now I feel like I'm seeing the same movie in English and realizing that her translation of it was all wrong and the movie was nothing that she made it out to be. On a side note, as a defense mechanism, the mind will close off neuron pathways to memories of extreme trauma to protect the mind. Among other lifestyle changes, I am slowly recovering my memories with the help of marijuana, which opens the neuron pathways. I thought this information might help anyone attempting to recover memories. Thank you very much for your story. I really appreciate it. There is no such thing as a bad child. Children just don't start hitting and acting out for no reason. Any therapist should know that, does know that. So why these therapists keep believing that there's no abuse and you're just a problem child without digging to the cause is mind-blowing. It's not surprising. It's still mind-blowing that they're allowed to get away with it. That they were allowed to get away with such rank incompetence. Narcissism is proof of the incompetence of the therapy industry. It's incompetent. It has been and still is in many cases. It's not to say you give up on therapy, you just got to really search for the right one. And nothing the narcissist ever presented to you is ever what they say it is, especially about your life and you. Remember, you're recovering from the narrative that the narcissist put in your head about yourself, that you find out every day more and more of it is wrong, that you lived through that ignorance and you're waking up and seeing things for the first time. That's what keeping these people out of your life does for you. There's no such thing as a problem child. It's the narcissist's creation. You or anybody else, you, me, whatever you were called, problem child, angry, just always nothing, something wrong with you. That's created by the narcissist. All of that. Because there's reasons why. Real problem children end up being serial killers. So I understand all this, and it's a shame. Thank you for your story. I appreciate it. Hope it helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you have a story you want read on the channel, you have a narcissist you'd like to expose or a topic you'd like me to cover, you know what to do with the PayPal and my email links in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon. Bye.